I'm Nathan, Startup Catalyst from the launch box downstairs, and today I'm excited to introduce our next speaker, Justin Leusner. Justin Leusner is the founder of Today Sports, which is known as Gen Z's ESPN, with over 1.3 million followers and more than 1 billion lifetime views. He has scaled his company to a 7-figure valuation with a growing team of 20. As a student, Justin founded Penn State Reach, now the largest Reach chapter in the country, helping position Penn State as the East Coast Creator University. A 12-year-old YouTube veteran and TEDx speaker, Justin has been featured by ABC, Fox, CBS, and the Penn Stater. The title of Justin's talk is Why Your Startup Isn't Getting Any Sales and How to Fix That. Please help me welcome my friend, Justin Leusner.
Wow, what a splendid intro from Nathan. Appreciate your patience. I know we had some technical difficulties. But yeah, we're going to be talking about how you can get more sales and grow your revenue for your startup. I see some excitement. Raise your hand if this is your first startup week. Sick. Okay, amazing, amazing. Raise your hand if this is your second. Okay. Third, anyone? Nathan? Matt, Third, yes. Fourth. Oh, okay. All right, so I'm tied with you guys for third. Because 3 years ago, today, was the first time I stumbled upon this building, the Innovation Hub, and I came for Startup Week because I was a freshman student here at Penn State. I was like, oh, entrepreneurship, I think I want to do that. Okay, so I pulled up to the launch box, and that was me in March of 2022. I sniped this. I don't know why I screenshotted this. I have a weird obsession with screenshotting things because I'm like, oh, one day I'll look back at this. I guess I was kind of right with this, but I sniped myself in the back. And that was the first time I was in this building. I didn't have a business. I just had lots of dreams and ideas and passion to do something in entrepreneurship. 2 years ago today, I did the InQ pitch competition. Nathan inspired me to do that after he won 3 years ago. I know, Ryan, you won that last year with Saveware. And Danny recently won 2 days ago, which is awesome. So I did that, and at the time our business was doing around $1,000 per month in revenue, mainly from YouTube Shorts. It was like $700 from Shorts, and then a little bit of money from TikTok, and then maybe one $300 brand deal. We did that pitch competition. We got second place, and then last year I came and spoke about my journey, and now here I am today, 3 years from that point, making around $35,000 a month, building Today Sports. These are some of the brands we've recently partnered with. Rob over here, raise your hand, Rob. He's on our team, he's great. Him and I work together every day downstairs at the launch box, and we've been able to partner with some of these brands in monthly recurring revenue partnerships just by making videos. It's kind of silly. And so I promise you, I think everybody here is genuinely smarter than I am and has better ideas than I do. However, it doesn't matter how good your ideas are, it's a matter how can you execute those. And I think I'm good at executing. I'm not so great at ideation, but I think I'm good enough at executing where I could turn a passion for creating content into $35,000 per month as a recently graduated Penn State alum. So workshop goals, did everyone get a paper? Raise your hand if you didn't get a paper. Epic. Paul, thanks for helping me pass those out. Also, any chance there's a clicker I could use, Matt or Nathan? I'd like to be able to escape this corner of despair over here. Oh, look at that. Thank you. Courtside delivery. All right, sweet. I'm free. Except, do I need to be near the mic? No. I could do this if this helps. Great. Awesome. So goals of this workshop, number one, we're going to identify key revenue blockers to your startup. Raise your hand if you have a startup. Sick. Raise your hand if you have an idea for a startup that you might execute on. Okay, sweet. Amazing. It's actually probably better for you guys than anyone else. Number two, this is all the goals, so this is kind of what to expect. We're going to look at how you can refine your offer, outreach. This is all buzzwords. Apply the redemptive frame. You'll learn what this all means in a second. And then finally, leave you with something of action so that you don't just have ideas, you actually have action steps to execute on this. One other expectation, this will be highly engaging and interactive, so be ready to share. I want to hear from you guys. I don't want to just be up here yapping for an hour. All right, so first exercise is why your startup is struggling to generate sales. If you don't have a business yet, if you just have an idea, think about what might happen. So there's no right answer here, but think to yourself, within your business or within your future business, check off any of these boxes that you think might apply to your business. So maybe you think, well, maybe my value proposition is a bit unclear. Maybe I have a weak outreach strategy, poor client targeting, lack of trust or credibility, no structured sales process, or pricing misalignment. So take a second. Yes, question. Absolutely. Pricing misalignment is where you might be charging $20,000 a month for your service, and you've pitched that to 100 people, and not one has bought, but they're willing to pay for $3,000 a month. So the market and where you are charging might be off.
Could that work vice versa?
Yes. And if you don't know what some of these words mean, that's okay. You can just leave it blank. Just take a minute to check off any boxes that you think might apply to your current business model. Or if you just have an idea, pretend you're running that business. Where do you think you might fall? All right, looks like everyone's almost wrapped up. So the next step is, first off, I want to hear about what your startup is, or if you have an idea what that might be, which I think if you were in the last session downstairs, you might have ended that with this first sentence, which is perfect. Also, feel free to write along and take notes, but also write your answers in here. So does anyone want to share first what you do for whom and why? Paul.
I'm marketing director at Madison. We market professional services firms. We help them grow. We help consultants and lawyers and software developers grow their businesses.
Amazing. Thank you. Rob, what do you do?
We create redemptive sports stories for Gen Z.
Amazing. How about you, Colin?
I service the greater State College area with car detailing.
Epic. I love that. Ryan?
Automate the sales tax refund process for tax firms.
Beautiful. Nice and simple. I love it. Ryan, do you want to share?
I make an app for dining halls and meeting other people.
Amazing. Nathan, what do you do for whom and why?
We build sleeping platforms for car campers and outdoor adventurers so that they have a level space to sleep at night and a place to store their gear while camping.
So cool. I still need to try that out. Anyone want to finish off? Or if you guys with a business idea might know what you might want to do for whom and why, would love to hear that as well. If you're open to sharing. Yes.
So this isn't really like tech savvy, it's like all the other guys. It's more like social media because I make like YouTube videos.
Nice.
So I feel like I would say YouTube videos for myself and because I love editing videos. So
Let's go. What's your name?
goodness.
Sorry, say that again?
Goodness.
Goodness. Nice to meet you. You're speaking my language. Love YouTube. Okay, amazing. So feel free to write that down, whatever that is, regardless of if you shared. Second question, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to revenue growth? Again, this is me getting to know you guys so I know who I'm talking to so that I can kind of cater this workshop to your needs. What is your biggest struggle when it comes to revenue growth? Yes.
I would say for me is consistency because I started making some videos, but I haven't posted in like a long time.
Uh-huh.
Because I have 2,700 subscribers. So
Okay.
I
Nice.
Like I am making money on it.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest problem is just consistency. Posted. And I feel like the problem with the consistency is like I'm still like struggling like creative wise. Like I don't know exactly what I'm gonna post. So I'm just like I'll just wait until it hits me. So.
I feel that so much. Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Inbound, we have, like, most of our sales have been inbound up until this point.
Okay.
And I think we want to grow a little bit more intentionally, but we don't have a thoughtful outbound strategy. And I think that could help.
Absolutely can help. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Paul. Yes.
I wouldn't say revenue, but for sales specifically, because we're not necessarily looking to grow our revenue to the max right now, it's credibility. Like specifically being 21-year-olds selling to tax firms, the easiest.
Does it help that you dropped out?
Yes, it
Okay, all right.
Much better than like last year where they'd be like, oh, this is a cool college project.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's really interesting. I wonder if there's a way you could leverage you being young.
We have noticed that we get much better responses when coming in saying, hey, we're a student trying to figure this out, we want your advice, rather than saying, hey, we're this booming tax firm using AI trying to sell you.
Yeah.
They much rather help you with they much rather feel needed and come in with the empathy approach. And then you get a lot more out of it.
That's really interesting. Love that. Thanks for sharing that. That's helpful if you're a student or young. Yeah.
I charge way too little for my services, and I do a poor job vetting my clients before I sign on.
That's good. Vetting clients. It sounds like you've had bad experience with that, Paul.
I just haven't thought about it that way, but
Okay.
It's an interesting, who you get into the firm,
Yeah.
then you have to work with them.
Yeah, it's like you're kind of like married to them in a sense.
Yeah.
Not as committed, but like, yeah, you kind of have to know who
There's a
you're with.
relationship.
There's a relationship. Cool. Anyone else want to share what is your biggest struggle when it comes to revenue growth? Yes,
I
Colin.
would say marketing and margins.
How so?
Like, our margins are kind of low in terms of expenses.
Mhm.
And then we also like struggle to fill up our calendar sometime of the year.
Absolutely. Like, is it kind of a seasonal business?
Yeah.
Summers are hot?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Last question, and remember, feel free to write down your answers. You don't need to share them, but just want to know who I'm dealing with. Number 3, what is the one sales challenge you faced in the past month? So for us, I think it was we signed too many clients too quickly, so it was hard to service them on time. Nathan.
We flew under the radar for a while, building our brand at the beginning, but our competitors have started to notice and are actually starting to advertise against our branding on Google and use very specific marketing tactics against us.
Interesting. That's tough. So now you have to play defense while still playing offense.
Yeah.
Cool, but challenging.
We've sold new work that is beyond the scope of what we've done in the past.
Okay.
So we've sold the promise, and we will be able to deliver, but figuring out what that actually looks like in a service-based business and marketing agency, we have to build the product now. I'm responsible for now executing on something we haven't done before, which is great, and they trust us and they believe we can help. But we sold it, and now we have to do it.
100%. Yeah, that's good. Thanks for sharing. All right, we're going to speed run a little bit because we started a little bit late. So we're going to first talk about crafting a strong offer. If you don't have a strong offer, you're going to kind of let the market dictate what you do, and you might run a business and 6 or 12 months into it, you'd be like, wait, this isn't exactly what I wanted. So you got to be firm with it. You have to create a strong offer that not only fits what you want to do, but also fits an actual problem that people are worth, that is worth something, worth enough to someone they're going to actually pay you money for it. So just a couple questions to think about. I didn't put any lines in here to respond, so it's just kind of rhetorical. But if you want, you could take notes right now. What specific problem does your product or service solve? Why should a customer choose you over competitors? Nathan's talking about that right now. And what is the transformation or outcome that your client experiences? So think about that for this next exercise, which is right below it. Write your specific offer in one sentence. So some of you already did a great job of this earlier when you said, I do blank for blank, like : I service state college locals via car detailing. That's great. Now make it more specific. So I help specific. That was specific, state college. Make it even more specific. Achieve what specific result? Car detailing, that's great. That's pretty specific, but what types of cars? What types of car detailing? Yeah, just be more specific. And what is your unique solution to doing that? So we'll take about 2 minutes, and you can write yours on the next page. I have 2 lines for it. Write your I help blank or I do blank, achieve blank by blank. I put mine on there on the bottom for inspiration if that helps. We'll give you about 2 minutes to do this. Danny, we're on section 2. No worries. we're writing our offer in one sentence. And if you've done this before and this is redundant, great. Get more reps doing it. I'm going to further niche it down for you. All right, I'd love to go down the line and hear from everyone. Still need a minute. Cool. Give it another minute. DV, Colin. All right, Colin, start us off.
I help adults in State College achieve showroom finished vehicles by resetting their interiors and reviving their paint's finish.
Beautiful, much more specific. Now, if I'm in that target market, who am I going to work with? The guy who said, I help State College residents with car detailing? Or that, if I'm exactly that guy? And guess how much more you could charge for that?
Way more.
Way more. Love it. DV.
Oh man, mine's always so long. I help artists, athletes, and influencers leverage their content into real life experiences by helping them through any part of the content creation process.
Amazing. I'd say, how can we get more specific with the who? I think that's good.
That's good.
That's good. And then what's the specific result? I missed it.
Trying to find the wording. I'm saying monetize their content, but money is the main driver. I'm trying to say that I give them real life results through their content.
Okay.
The events, brand deals.
I like real life results. I'd say it's probably a little vague though. Real life results for one could be launching a chocolate bar company.
Nice. Yeah.
One could be just making their first dollar on YouTube.
Yeah.
One could be hosting a concert and 100 people show up.
They don't fun with that though.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe because it's more fun for you to have variety. But it just might be harder
Yeah.
to find leverage with pricing.
Yeah, something to think about.
Absolutely. Paul.
I help CEOs and managing partners in professional services firms increase authority, awareness, and inbound leads.
Splendid. Splendid. That was great. Thanks, Paul. Do you want to share yours? No? No worries. Goodness, you want to share yours?
So I said I didn't really have a specific target audience before this, but I just chose one. I help Gen Z escape from reality and relax by providing high quality cinematic vlogs to watch and enjoy.
That's cool. Cool. I would challenge you, who in Gen Z? Gen Z males, females, how old are they? What are their hobbies? Where might they exist? Where do they live? Where,
I think I would specify more, let's say, 18 to 22-year-olds.
Okay.
And let's say
So college students, perhaps?
college students.
Nice.
Most likely. And I don't think like the male female matters, but
Okay.
I think probably like where males would be more relatable.
Uh-huh.
What I'm doing. And I think it's more, it'll probably be more tech-based because I'm like information science and technology, so I do coding and everything. So
Yeah.
I would say computer science-based college students.
Ooh, now we're talking. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Would you like to share yours?
Yeah, well, I run a business in my country.
Uh-huh.
So I help Costa Rican citizens to require some administrative procedures or documentation to achieve the forms and the procedures to get their right services.
Wow. Love it. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. I feel like it's great. I don't have any feedback. It's awesome. You nailed it. Ryan, when you did yours earlier, Were you able to make it more specific?
Yeah, we help tax firms do the same job. Actually, I didn't write it down because I had it, but I said basically we're gonna we help tax firms achieve the same jobs, but not in months, in days. And
That
with
is cool.
much less low-level labor needed.
Love that. That's cool. And you I can kind of visualize that when you said it. That's cool. All right, would you like to share? No worries. No worries. Would you like to share? No worries. Nathan? Yeah, you're a pro at this. You're the idea catalyst. How about you?
Sure. I help EDM organizers and promoters achieve greater event attendance and experience by making ticketing easier and more accessible.
How so? How do you make it more accessible and easier?
Well, haven't exactly nailed that down.
Fair,
We're
fair.
working on it.
I love it.
And why EDM?
We need to be able to talk specifically to who I'm focusing on.
That's good. Yeah. Cool. We would do some feedback from the group, but I think we're like I said, we're on the clock here. Yeah, 2:04. We got 25 minutes. So we'll skip that, but I think you guys all did a great job from going from the first one to the second one. So kudos to you. All right, now we're going to talk about mastering outreach, which Paul noted is something you're trying to expand into. This is, instead of having people come to you, which is kind of like you're playing a waiting game, you have to build a lot of trust, that takes time. What can you do right now, if you're just starting out, or if you're still new to the game, to get people's attention and potentially want to work with you? 3 tips here on mastering outreach. Be direct, concise, and value-driven. So talk about what they care about. So like you said, what was your name, sir? The EDM business?
Yeah.
With Ryan. Be direct. Okay, value-driven. Well, hey, I know you might be wanting to sell more tickets, or hey, I saw your last concert. You sold 50 tickets. I can help you sell 1,000. That's what they care about, because that means that they're making money. So think about what is value to them. What do they actually care about? If you can, leverage warm introductions. So if you see they're connected to someone on LinkedIn, or if they commented on someone's LinkedIn post that you know, you could leverage that. That's worked for us in the past. Also, social proof. I keep talking about LinkedIn, but any sort of social media, or if you have a website or articles about you, is great, because that's trust through the roof. That's why I recommend post on LinkedIn once a week to build that social proof. And then finally, personalize it. Raise your hand if you've ever been outreached to by someone and you could tell they copied and pasted it. Yeah, and did you ever respond? Never. So make it personal. If that means changing one word, do it. If that means changing the whole thing for every single person, do it. It just might be a little bit slower of a process, but still do it. Because we just learned no one has ever replied to a copy and paste email. So I want to challenge you. Pretend you're reaching out to someone on email or DM, the person that you said you're targeting, that ultra-specific person, and craft just a 2 to 3 sentence cold message. Pretend they have no idea who you are. This is their first time hearing from you, but you're reaching out to them on email or LinkedIn DM or Instagram DM, and you want to get their attention. Take a few minutes and write down your 3 sentences. Yes? An example of a cold message? Absolutely. I'll give you one that worked, so it's not just an idea. We saw that the Harlem Globetrotters were coming into town. They were in town in February, but last October, we saw they were going to come to the BJC, and that's a perfect fit for us. We help sports brands and teams and leagues reach Gen Z on social media. We know that they're always looking to increase ticket sales and increase awareness. So I said, hey, insert name. So I looked at LinkedIn. I found the marketing manager. His name is Broderick. Hey, Broderick, I see you're coming to State College on February 26th. I'd love to help you spread awareness and sell tickets for that show. I run @BasketballToday on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. We have over 500,000 followers, and we'd love to partner with you to make some viral content to help drive Gen Z engagement. He replied an hour later and said, we'd love to get on the phone. Now he's one of my best friends. Yeah, it's great.
That's a good story.
Thanks, Paul. So it's one cold email, one cold DM away from anything in life. Shout out Broderick, that's right. So take a few minutes, write your 3-sentence cold email jam. It does not need to be perfect. Do not overthink it. Just write something. Something is better than nothing. Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress here. And we will share around the table if you're comfortable. Okay, sounds good. Progress. You first again? Awesome. First, before you tell us your message, who are you reaching out to?
I'm reaching out to someone who just bought a Jaguar or a BMW M8.
Nice.
Who's looking to get it paint corrected and ceramic coated.
And where are you reaching out to them on?
Instagram.
Awesome. All right, let's hear it.
Hey Derek, my name is Colin with KBC Detailing. I saw you posted your BMW M8 on State College's Garmin group. I was wondering who you go to for detailing and ceramic coating. I run a detailing business in State College that specializes in showroom finishes.
Very good. I love that I just saw you on Facebook Marketplace. Do you think what's his name, Derek?
Yeah.
Do you think he cares more about that you saw him on Facebook Marketplace or what your name is and what your company is?
Probably more that I saw him.
Okay, absolutely.
It involves him, not me.
Exactly. I would flip that. In fact, I would maybe even take out what you like. Hi, I'm.
I actually added that last minute. So
Okay.
I'll just take it out.
No one, with all due respect, no
Okay.
one cares about you.
Okay.
Rule number one. No one cares about you. They care about them and their problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, just saw you got a brand new car on Facebook Marketplace. Congrats. That's sick. That's my dream car. Are you in need of? What was the question you asked him?
I was wondering who you go to for detailing and ceramic coating.
Okay, that's interesting. Why do you position it that way?
To just assume that that's like a necessary service for him.
That's interesting. So that if he says, well, I don't have anyone, you say, great, that's me?
Right.
Cool. I like that. And then if he maybe gives you an answer, you know who's winning. That's smart. I like that approach. That's really good. Danny, you want to share?
Yeah, sure. So this case, I'm reaching out to an artist who has like 1,500 to 4,000 Instagram followers.
Nice.
Reaching out on Instagram.
Okay.
He's at the account since he was like 12, so this is kind of just like, he's an artist, he's trying to gain traction, but a lot of it's just like friends and family and such.
Uh-huh.
And he just had a song do like decently well.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
hey X, on my personal statement. So like, I really like your lyric when you said I like pizza, and then your song I like pizza. Whatever kind of personal statement. I
That's
run a
great.
media company that has gotten artists just like you over 30 million views and 1.3 million followers. I see in the past month we've gotten 7,000 total views in your content. I can at least 10x that and then make the call to action to virtually meet.
Interesting. Okay, cool. I like that. I like how you personalized it. I like how you leveraged your social proof and what you've done. I would say the call to action is, hey, would love to hop on a call. That might be too big of a step for someone on a cold outreach. It might be maybe it's like a question where it's a quick yes or no, so that you can then, on the second touch point, potentially convince them to hop on a call with you. So maybe what's something more simple or direct or concise, or maybe the room has ideas. You guys are all smart as well. What's a way?
You said you were working on case studies. I wonder if like you could be. What I'm just thinking is, could you send content as a follow-up? Like, hey, are you open to? Could I send you some more stuff?
Yeah.
Or could I send you more on who we've helped?
That's good.
Like the case study follow-up.
Because then it's
Instead of the call to action.
it's an easy yes versus, oh, I gotta schedule a call with this guy I don't even know. That's 30 minutes of my day. I'll ignore it. Yeah, that's really smart. You want to share, Paul?
Chris, noticed Dave Leusner is a mutual friend or mutual connection. Good dude.
Love that.
My firm helps professional services execs with marketing to drive authority, awareness, and inbound leads. Think outsource thought leadership meets biz dev consultants. Would love to share more info if interested.
Okay.
I don't know. The call to action, I don't know what it is yet.
Absolutely.
Hey, would you be interested in seeing our deck? Maybe. It's
There you
like-
go. Or would you be interested in seeing how we did blank for blank?
Yeah, we don't have we don't have that right now. We
Got
can
it.
do it, but
Okay.
because it's still sort of early, but
Good self-awareness here.
yeah, what? Oh yeah.
I'd say one challenge. You spoke a lot about yourself.
Totally.
How can you talk more about
Them.
blank person?
Yeah, maybe like
The first line is great because it's their friend. They know. Then you immediately said, I do blank. It's like,
maybe it's execs in professional services often don't have the time or interest in posting on LinkedIn by themselves.
I like that. You could even mention that friend if they know
Guys
that.
like Dave.
Guys like Dave, I was just on the phone with him last night. He told me he doesn't like this.
Yeah.
And he said, you might have the same problem.
Sure.
Cool.
It is a good reframe about it's yes, it's about that.
Yeah.
So annoying. You have to
Always.
Always.
Always readjust. Thanks, Paul. Yes.
Hi, so I noticed you bought a new car and posted on Instagram. I was wondering if you wanted some high quality pictures produced and prints to hang up and show off in your car.
I love that. That's awesome. What's your name?
Dave.
Dave, nice to meet you. I'm Justin. That's great. I thought for a second you guys were competitors, but then I was like, oh, phew.
No, I have a-
Maybe collaborators.
I could probably do. I have a photography business. I've reached out to some people in the past who are selling cars on Facebook Marketplace.
No way.
Just to say I could take some pictures of their car.
Do you need case
email them.
Dave, Colin, you guys need to connect after this. I love that. Thanks for sharing. That was really good. And where would you send that message?
Just on Instagram, if I seen someone like put up, hey, just bought a new car or something,
Uh-huh.
like they're showing it off, bragging. I noticed a lot of those people would also be the same type of people who want to get like a real big picture to hang in their basement or something.
That's good to know. I would challenge you both. When you said Instagram, I was like, I thought they were going to say Facebook on where you outreached. Because if you
see a lot of people on Facebook unless they're like selling things.
Okay.
I noticed like a lot of people use Instagram now if they want to show off like what they're doing or something
Fair.
that they have.
Good point. But if you saw them on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, I'd take a different approach and say, hey, I can take some pictures to raise the value of the car you're selling.
Yeah. Love that. I would get as specific as you can. I could help you raise. I see you've listed it for $4,700. Here's some pictures I've done. You could charge $9,000 for this, and I'll only charge you $500. And it's only, but like that's probably a lot of money. But if you're making them $5 extra K, what's 10% of that? That's chump change. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for sharing, Dave. Nice to meet you. Goodness, do you want to share yours?
So at first I was thinking maybe reach out through LinkedIn. I feel like there's nothing that I would know if you're a computer science college.
Good thought.
Yeah, so I reached out to LinkedIn. Originally, I introduced myself, but then you said like, don't talk about yourself, so I'm taking that out.
Love it.
Hey, Dash, I noticed you're a computer science college student, and I know at my age, I was always looking for something to wind down time with and still feel productive. So I would watch YouTube videos that had some sort of coding involved, which inspired me to roll my YouTube
Love that. I love how you thought about them in the message. That's cool. I would challenge you, if YouTube is your business model, maybe the people to reach out to are the people that would pay you, whether that's a brand or partnering with another media company as a distributor, like Netflix, if it's high quality productions. I think your user and your customer might be two different things, if that makes sense. But yeah, thanks for sharing that. Would you like to share your message? No? No worries. Ryan?
Yeah,
I'm very excited to, yeah, I'm excited to see yours.
Hi, insert name. Love listening to this or seeing you do this.
Uh-huh.
I'm a Penn State student trying to build software to help you complete your reverse audits in days, not months, and create your refund claims in minutes. I'd love to chat to get your advice about this if you have 15 minutes.
That's fire. That's cool.
Are you still a Penn State student?
Graduating in the spring, finished classes in December, still acting like a Penn State student.
Fair.
What would you do on May 7th?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, what am I going to do the day I grad? Like,
In
after
6
I
weeks,
When you don't get to use a student.
you have 6 weeks of this left. In 6 weeks, what are you going to do?
You could still say it.
Same message. Penn State student who just graduated.
Okay.
I'm for an extra year.
I like that. Okay, so you're good for 50.
That's fair.
You're good for 58 weeks.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
No, no one cares
I think
about
student.
No.
Until your email address isn't working.
Mine expires next week.
Yeah, unless you're providing enough value that they directly see how they're going to make money off you, I think the best way to appeal to people is through emotion because they want to help you.
Mm.
So they feel like
Yes.
you're doing it more as
Yes.
a kindness than
Yeah.
something that's directly good for a meeting where they're going to talk about this with their boss.
And then you're gonna show them how the transaction.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's, yeah. You have to get them, you have to be open, your problem right now is getting to the first talk, like the first,
Yeah, it's getting them to want to help you. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Anyone from the back row want to share? Let's do it. Come on, Ryan.
Hey, so I noticed you have events at X, Y, and Z. I've been to several of them and saw that your attendance was rather low. Would you be open to have a conversation about how I might be able to help you increase your attendance?
That's so good. You know what I would do on that one? If you actually went, I would take a selfie of you in the crowd with like them on stage or something. So it's like, oh wow, for one, I got to thank him for showing up. Number two, he's not making this up. Because I might hear that and be like, yeah, okay, sure he came to my concert. I'm sure he says that to everyone. Danny.
Or you could even take a photo of the crowd if it's really that low and be like, I can see the floor on here. I should see the floor.
Or you can even screenshot a post that someone else posted if you didn't go. Yeah. Were you going to say, Ryan?
Is there any shot that they take it wrong that you're like saying this low? Like, could it be something where?
Mm,
I'm
good
just
thought.
curious about this. Like, could it be something where instead of saying your attendance is super low, it's more like saying, hey, I saw this and I was just thinking, look at how big this could be. You send them a picture of something you have done
Mm.
with someone else.
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah, in the future, we could definitely do that. But current.
That's good. I like that thought. All right, we've got about 15 to 20 minutes left. We're going to skip this next part that's positioning, but feel free to just think about that. It's what are some credibility markers, whether it's case studies, testimonials, past clients. Those are very good to leverage. All right, section number 3, we're going to talk about the redemptive frame in sales and growth. So this is something that Paul introduced me to a few years ago, and I just haven't been able to stop thinking about it. It's really interesting. And I think this might just change how you think about entrepreneurship in the marketplace in the next 5 minutes. So skip that. Cool. So this is the redemptive frame. I know you can't see these words, but it's this fancy drawing with lines and arrows. It's very simple. There's 3, come on, slides. I got it. Where's the thing at? It's somewhere here. Okay, there we go. Oh, I went too far. It's lagging. Okay, so there's 3 ways that you could do work in this world. The first is exploitative. We've probably all been there. These are businesses that the internet cancels and says, oh, they're doing this thing, it's really bad for the environment, or they just got exposed for this leader in the company doing this to someone. Not good. And we've all seen this happen, and it happens quite frequently. The mindset here with an exploitative entrepreneur or an exploitative business is I win, you lose. So I do whatever it takes for me to win at the expense of someone else. So maybe that's you in the past. Maybe that might be you now. Just think to yourself, are you someone who's thinking, can I take all that I can get? Do I want to win and control? Am I obsessed with that? I'll be honest, that's where I kind of slide into. I'm obsessed with like winning in business, whatever that means. So that's exploitative. Now the next level is ethical. Ethical is good. Ethical is what the world says, yes, do this. Do things right. Be good and do good. I win, you win. Like I said, ethical is good, and hopefully we are all practicing at least on an ethical basis. It's a win-win situations for both you as the entrepreneur and your team, your clients, stakeholders, etc. Now, what if I told you there was a third level that's even better than this that we should strive for? And that's called anyone want to guess?
Redemptive.
Yes, redemptive. Redemptive is I sacrifice and we all win. Not just me and the client, but everybody. The environment wins, stakeholders win outside of your business, everyone wins. It's creative restoration through sacrifice. What does that mean? Well, it's thinking outside the box to put something back in its rightful place. So, for example, say that there's this problem in this world. I've identified this in my industry as sports betting among Gen Z. A lot of Gen Zers are heavily addicted to sports betting, and they're losing lots and lots of money. We laugh, but it's super true. A lot of guys my age lose a ton of money to sports betting and a lot of time to it. And in my mind, that's a wrong thing. So how can I creatively restore that wrong thing? It might take some sacrifice to do that. But how can I put those people back in their rightful place of not being addicted to something? That's just one example. There's many examples of this. And so how can we apply this redemptive frame within sales, within driving revenue, within growing your business? There's 3 levels to it. It's strategy, operations, leadership. The first question you should ask yourself right now is, how does my offer positively impact this industry? So if you're in the car detailing business, if you're in the music industry, if you're in the marketing industry, if you're in the tax industry, if you're in the government industry, if you're in the car camping industry, how does what you do positively impact this industry as a whole? Number 2, operations. How do you ensure clients feel valued and not just like a sale? Raise your hand if you felt like you've just been kind of sold to in the past and it didn't really feel good. Yeah, maybe some of you. How can we avoid that at all costs? Because that's not good for business and it doesn't make people feel good. And then finally, leadership. You as the entrepreneur, whether you're a 1-person team or a 20-person team, how does your approach reflect long-term trust building within your team and within the greater world? So just want to challenge you, how can you, what's one thing you could do moving forward from today that allows you to be more redemptive in your sales approach? Take a minute and think about it, write it down over here. These 3 questions, if you're stuck, just answer one of those questions. All right, Colin, you want to start us off?
Yeah. I wrote down, ensure that no matter how long or difficult the process is, we will get the result we promised.
Love that. Delivering on your word. It's beautiful. Danny.
Ensuring all clients and content reflect company values.
How so?
Whose company?
Mike. Maybe that's a little self-focused, but.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Make sure that none of the content is exploitative.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's good. Good thought there.
I don't think I actually need, I don't wanna be super salesy if I'm DMing someone for the first time, like I don't think an immediate call to action, like I don't think that's actually what I want to do, it's like long-term trust building, I don't need to immediately ask for a call, like, I don't think.
That's
But
good.
then, on operations, instead of just spamming people, spending 3 to 5 minutes on their LinkedIn profile, like actually looking for a genuine connection or 2 or 3, to lead with those things, to really show, I spent time reaching out to you.
Yeah,
I think that's what I will actually do, that will feel good for me in this space.
I love that. It's treating them less like a sale and more like a human.
Yeah, 1000%.
Love that. Cool.
But you have to operationalize it, like that's true, but for every prospect, I will spend 3 minutes on their profile.
Love
I
that.
think that's an actual thing I can do.
That's an actual specific action item.
Yes.
Beautiful. Dave, would you like to share yours?
I don't have anything.
No worries. Cool. How about you, Goodness?
So kind of like Dave, I kind of like couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah.
But I know my approach, like we said, like the last time, you said target more like companies.
Yeah. Cool. So you thought about that some more?
Yeah, that's the approach I was trying to go for. But
Yeah.
I didn't really like think of anything in particular to like say.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm glad you thought about that some more. That's cool. Maybe what brands would want to sponsor these videos is a cool thought. And how can you, like Paul said, treat them not just like a brand that's going to give you money, but the person behind that spend, how can you care about them and build long-term trust? Would anyone else like to share from the last 2 rows? Ryan, do you want to share?
Sure. So we run a hybrid-based pricing structure.
Nice.
So essentially, you can either pay fees or you pay a subscription. Both are extremely low.
Okay.
So then we can lower the overall cost because then it's just face value.
Yeah.
Ticket price, right? So that would be redemptive framing as it stands, right? Yeah, that's kind of just what I put down.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that. Cool. All right, so we're going to finish off this session with an action plan, something you can actually take and do later today or this week to see more revenue growth and more sales in your business. Number 1, just write down one thing that you will change in your sales approach today. Feel free to look back at your notes and look back at the answers you already written, and you can copy and paste one for that. Question 2, one new outreach method you'll test this week. Maybe it's LinkedIn. Maybe it's Facebook. Maybe it's email. Maybe it's showing up to concerts and taking selfies and DMing those artists. Maybe it's Twitter. Sorry, X. Maybe it's showing up to a conference that they're speaking at. Maybe it's showing up to a car show in State College. No way. Look at that. There's really none. That's tough. Really? No Harrisburg? Okay. Oh, you got this market down pat. Nice. Okay. All right. Look at you. There's a lot in Jersey. I know there's a lot in Jersey, but that's a little far away. Maybe it's going to Overland Expo. And one way you will integrate redemptive sales practices. Why? You might be wondering, what does this mean? Why? To build long-term trust, which will make you more money down the line.
I have an actual question. Do you spend any time giving like free advice or auditing someone's account? Like, hey, I noticed you've done this, this, and this. I think we could do better. Like it could be perceived a little critical at the front end.
Yeah.
You don't know me. Why are you critiquing my stuff? But it also could show you're trying to be thoughtful.
It's a great question. We used to do this. I don't know why we don't do it anymore. We would, before we've done looms, where we do a 5-minute loom reacting to their YouTube thumbnails. And we're like, hey, we see this video was actually really good, but it got 14 views. The thumbnail probably wasn't great. Here's what we would do in like a little sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that more. It's a good thought. Rob, he has class. DV.
So I know you always stick to your main thing. You know very well like what you do when you produce. I guess it's more on the production side. Like, is there ever a part of you that kind of accepts other things that are kind of in your realm, but maybe not like your core thing? Like if somebody said, "Hey, I'll give you X dollars just to hop on a consulting call with me," like would you do that, or like do you stay pretty firm, like loyal, for lack of better words, the way you do best?
That's a great question, Danny. We used to say yes to everything, and it was at the cost of us not even knowing what we actually did. Like I said in the beginning, if you don't have a strong offer, you're going to let the market dictate what you do. And that's what we did, and it worked. We made money and we grew, but then we looked back and we're like, we're not really enjoying this. Plus, we don't have like a one thing we've done repeatedly. We have 20 different things we've done. Therefore, we're not scaling anything. We're just doing, we have to learn 20 new things. So that's a good question. I think when you're starting out and learning skills, that's valuable. But if you're trying to build something that's going to scale, I think you have to have a strong offer that you can multiply. And that means saying no to things when money's on the table, which is hard. Really hard to do. I still struggle with it so much. Does anyone want to share one of your 3 takeaways from today? Thanks, Dan.
So for one new outreach method, for lack of a better word, just to say a weaker call to action. So not like, can we hop on a call? It's just like,
Yeah.
mind if I send over some information?
Yeah, love that. Just like a quick, simple yes or no instead of let's spend 30 minutes on Zoom. Love that. It's great. Cool. Yes, goodness.
Is it cool if I do all 3? It's not.
That would be beautiful, yes.
So first one thing I'll change, I said reach out to brands that incorporate my videos somehow. Outreach method, I said DM multiple brands that produce said products and promote my videos / a new audience for them.
Okay. Yes.
Third one, I said by discussing my love / passion / consistent use for said product and how I would love to promote it to a new audience.
Good work. Good work. Thanks for sharing all 3. MVP right over there. Anyone else? Yes.
I wrote down simplify the process of explaining the service that I'm trying to sell them on.
Okay.
Because I tend to, on the phone, I tend to like, you get a lot of word filler.
Yeah.
Because ceramic coating is kind of complicated. And if I'm explaining to Bertha, who's 7 years old.
Bertha.
I made your inside of their car look good. Right.
Bingo.
Right. She's like, well, why would they spend $1,000?
That's good. I like the 7-word rule.
Yeah.
If you can't say it in 7 words, you need to find a new way to say it. Danny, I would challenge you on that as well for your for what you do, whom and why.
I agree with people on social media.
Could work. It's like, how do you be super specific but in 7 words? It's so hard. Well, thank you guys. This was awesome. Real quick before you do that, bonus final challenge. If you reach out to 5 potential clients using this refined approach in the next 48 hours, so you're on the clock here, you have until Wednesday, March 26th at 2:30 p.m., exactly 48 hours from now. Send me an email. My email's on the page. I'll give you a mystery prize. It's nothing life-changing, but it's a reward for doing some work. So feel free to do that. There's my email. Thank you guys so much. You were awesome. Thanks for sharing. I really appreciate it.